Hey guys, it's Marco again. I owe you a guide for Night Fae with Sun King's Blessing Legendary, so here it is. This build is made for solo target fights and minor cleave fights. That's why it's excelling in the raid environment. The main difference between this build and the Ventier one is the cooldown of your combustion. Here your second combustion will be up 90 seconds into the fight, while with Ventier that's always going to be at 120 seconds. That's why Ventier scales a bit better with Power Infusion, because they share the same cooldown. But overall, without Power Infusion, Night Fae build should be a bit better than Ventier one. The only talent difference with this build compared to the regular one is that you're running Pyroclasm instead of Kindling. For Soulbind, you want to have Dreamweaver as your main Soulbind with Infernal Cascade, Discipline of the Grow and Control Destruction as conduits. For Trinkets, you really want to go with Shadowed Orb of Torment and Titanic Ocular Gland. You can run some other trinkets with success as well, but these are by far the most common ones to run. Also, they are quite easy to get since they drop from the first bosses in the raid. Stats are the most popular question that I get. Usually for Fire Mages, you want to have a lot of intellect and haste. I like to be at 30% critical strike chance, with a decent amount of versatility and whatever you get in mastery. Value of mastery increases when we have a cleave fight. But overall, my friends, sim your characters using Raidbots page and you will know what's the best for you. Opener is almost the same as any other Night Fae Fire opener, except that this time you can do Shadowed Orb of Torment as a precast, followed by either precasted Fireball, then Fireball plus Combustion, or precast Fireball plus Combustion. I don't want to smother everyone with the whole spell list as I usually do, so I will just skip that. After your combustion is over, you will do Rune of Power, Shifting Power, followed by one more Pyroblast into Hardcast Pyroblast for Sun King's Blessing proc. After your opener is done, you begin the normal rotation. First next cooldown that you get is Rune of Power, and try to pair it with Sun King Blessing if you're on good amount of stacks. Make sure that you don't wait too much with Rune of Power. 75ish seconds in the fight, you do your Shifting Power, followed by Combustion at around 86-second mark. And after that combustion, you will throw down a new Rune of Power. After that point, you will soon get your Shadowed Orb cooldown back up, but you aren't going to use it. You're waiting with it for your next combustion. Also do bear in mind that the trinket buff lasts for 40 seconds, so you can pre-use it 10ish seconds before your combustion if you really want to. Now for the general tips on how to execute the build. Besides critical, Pyroclasm is your only RNG aspect here, and you have a specific way of using the proc. If you get it during your combustion, use it only if you will be able to hardcast the pyro before the combustion falls off. Another example is that you have your Sun King Blessing ready and you have 2 Pyroclasm stacks. You want to hardcast pyro to start a mini combustion, followed by another hardcast pyroblast. This is a rare event, but it happens from time to time. Overall, it's ideal that you start both mini combustion and your big combustion with Pyroclasm buff. But it's all about the RNG, so your DPS will fluctuate from pull to pull. You can always be unlucky and get Pyroclasm when you don't have mini combustion or big combustion ready. When that happens, check your Sun King Blessing proc and the timing of your next combustion. Usually, I have a general rule that I'm waiting with Pyroclasm buff until there is 6 seconds left on it. This way you might get a second one and start your combustion with Pyroclasm, which really is the goal of this talent. Pay attention to your Fire Blast stacks, since they are essential to have a good combustion. Don't fall into a trap of using your Fire Blasts before your combustion. The goal is to have at least 2.5 stacks before the big combustion and also 2 stacks before mini combustion. That's why I won't use Fire Blasts too quickly to stack my mini combustion. Mini combustion isn't that great if you can't benefit from Infernal Cascade buff. Have a macro tied to your combustion to cancel your Sun King's buff, but also keep a normal combustion on your bars if you ever find yourself in a situation with Sun King Blessing and combustion ready. Hardcasting Pyroblast and activating combustion will cause your combustion to last 6 additional seconds. Lastly, I will warn you that This build is easy to pull off on solo targets, but when you have a more complex fight like Sylvanas or Fae SKB or Kel'Thuzad, it takes a lot of experience and class knowledge to know when to use the cooldowns and mini combustion. But practice makes it perfect. If you already managed to watch to this point without combusting, please make sure to combust on the like and subscribe button. It will help me a lot. Of course, if you need more info and help, visit me on my Patreon page for coaching or if you just want to support me. Thank you for watching and a big hello to my Patreons, and until next time, take care.